If you want to support the predator poachers catching the sickest both near and far, go to the pinned comment. If you're on Rumble, press the red join button to see over 30 videos early and uncensored for only $7 a month. We can't do this without your help, so join our locals.
What's up, guys? The sponsor of this video is Red Pill Threads. Very easy sponsor to work with because I can't wait to wear the shirts myself. They're coming to the mail to me as I'm making this. Be sure to check out their stuff. Grassroots company, you're supporting small business, but check out their awesome designs they have for people of all views. Check out their Doe 36 shirt. I think a very creative thing, poking fun at Bill Clinton for being on the Epstein's client list. Check out many of their other designs, corn pop and all of that. Super cool stuff. I can't wait to wear them in the videos, and use the promo code POACHERS for 10% off your order. Get you a discount on it and get you some awesome shirts for you and the whole family. Very well made and made by someone who you can trust. So without further ado, get you a shirt and let's get into the video.
How's it going? Sorry for knocking so long, dude. I didn't know if we heard each other or any of that shit. How's it going, Guy?
Hey.
Nice to meet you, bro. Gordon. Got some messages here to Ariel I want to go over, okay? You want to do that on the front porch or go inside so neighbors can't hear? Everything's saved, okay? Including, of course, just the video call y'all just did. I know you work for the Florida DOT, and I think you're a good guy, and you served your country, which I really appreciate. But I just want to talk about it, go over it, and I think it's pretty important we do that. You got people over right now?
No.
Okay. Yeah, everything's saved here, so I do want to talk about it. I understand you do work for the government of Florida, okay? I mean, do you have anyone in the house?
Of course.
Okay, well, yeah, me too. We'll just talk about it out here then, or? Well, I mean, you don't have to, of course, voluntary, but we have every single thing saved, and, I understand what you do for work, and, I understand you get, like, VA benefits and all that, and, I think you are a good guy, and I think you not only serve our country, but you serve the state well, and I don't think a little blip should be the end-all be-all to anything, so it's probably important we do go over it, man. Of course, for everybody's sake here, and just want to clear up any misconceptions that people could have, and just do it because
Who are you with?
Oh, we're with a group called Kid Protectors USA. We just make sure kids don't talk to adults online, and seems to be what she was doing. So, again, it's something that I'm willing to just go over and get addressed here, and yeah, I mean every single thing saved, from all the video calls to this to everything, and I'm cool to just go over it, man.
Okay.
Anyways, on you right now? All right. God, you looked a lot taller when you were on the step. Cool. Can we sit on I got people with me for safety reasons, because I know you're old and have common sense, and you're a Second Amendment practicer. I'm gonna have him come out. For a better distance, come up, stand by his mailbox, and I am on your property, so of course for your safety everything is recorded, but again, like, I'm not here to put you on blast or to do any like that. I'm just here to talk to you, but I just want proof that you didn't try to pull a gun on me, and I want you to have proof that.
Got a reason for it.
For sure. I just want you proof that my 6'4" former college football player didn't put hands on you. We're going to just talk right here? Okay. And if anybody overhears or asks what's going on, I'll literally just change the subject. I'm not, again, I don't care about letting the neighbors know or any of that crap. I think we're safe here, okay? How long have you been working for the DOT for?
29 years.
Thank you for what you do. What specifically do you do for the DOT?
I'm an equipment operator.
Nice, man. Nice. It's a dying generation. People actually want to do work, so I really appreciate what you do, and I hope there's somebody like that's half your age that's ready to take it over. Not saying right now, but like whenever you retire and thank you for keeping the country running. And you also served, right?
Yes.
Thank you for that. Thank you for that. I'm not gonna, I'm asking you to do the same, but I'm not gonna let a blip be the end all be all to anything. Okay. You seem like an honest guy. Do you know what I'm here to talk to you about?
Not really.
Okay. What do you think I could be here to talk to you about?
Well, what you just said.
Right. Any reason why I'd be talking about it with you? What do you think?
Because the age difference.
Yeah, I appreciate your honesty. And I think that's why you've been working at the DOT for so long, because they need honest people like that. How old did she say she was?
Like 16.
Okay. Do you want to try that one more time? I'm not here to judge you, dude. I'm literally here at your house talking to you. I didn't go to your work to bring the BS to your door. So if I'm not going to BS you with any of this, I don't expect you to BS me either. Okay. So let's just start over. How old did she say she was?
Under 18.
Right. What age specifically? Did she say she was like 5, 6?
No.
All right. What did she say she was?
It might have been 13.
Okay. Does that kind of ring a bell? Huh?
Hmm.
Yeah, does that ring a bell?
Yes.
Okay. So I do got to ask because, I'm not I'm not just here for Ariel. I'm here because, we have like a pension on the line here. We have a lot on the line right now. So I'm just wondering, like, how did this stuff online kind of start for you? I don't mean with her. I mean just in general, like this type of talk, or not this type of talk, but this type of like, I guess you could say age range kind of popping up for you.
I mean, I've met a lot of different people on Facebook.
Okay. Any other apps where this kind of happens?
No.
Okay.
Facebook.
Facebook's an issue, man. Facebook's terrible. I think we wouldn't be here right now if it wasn't for the internet. So about how long ago did kind of the younger woman under 18 stuff start popping up on your Facebook?
That's first.
She was the first. Okay. All right. Do you know why I kind of want to go over some of these messages with you? I didn't go over all of them. I just saw a few, but
I'd say technically because it's against the law.
what's in there that could potentially be against the law, you think?
Talking to them, period, I think is against the law.
Man, as someone who is such an expert on the Second Amendment, you sure don't know about the First a lot. You can talk to whoever you want. Is there anything specifically that was like said or sent that maybe could be something I might bring up?
I mean, just talking back and forth.
Mm-hmm. What did y'all kind of talk about?
Just what are you doing? Housework. I mean.
Okay. You told her what you did for work and all that?
Hmm?
Nice. What was kind of the reasoning behind, of course, this was easily, I mean, just scrolling through this was easily a two-way conversation. It definitely wasn't you just being overbearing, which I appreciate, actually, because if you were being overbearing, obviously I think the conversation would be different, but, I mean, she wasn't not talking to you, so I don't, it takes two to tango, I think. Was there ever a time in these messages you got a little bit carried away, you think?
Probably.
Okay.
Drinking.
Okay. What happened when you got a little bit carried away?
I mean, Nothing really. I mean, you said you got everything all there anyway. So.
I didn't read it all. I think especially as men, which they don't make a lot of us nowadays. I think especially as men, I don't really think training wheels are necessary to have this conversation. They might be if I got to just read every single thing, but I figure. I mean, I didn't come, knowing the little I know about you, I didn't come to your door thinking that men are holding back some of this stuff because you're actually I mean, I know it's a phrase not used a lot, but you're actually a hard ass, and I wouldn't expect a hard ass to just say, "Well, you got everything right there. We could just go through it like that." I wasn't really expecting that. Like, do you think we need these, or can we have the conversation?
We can, but I can't remember every little thing.
No, of course not. We'll try without it. Were there any like types of messages sent to her that I could be talking about?
I mean, I can't remember right offhand.
Okay. Did the conversation ever turn like a little bit?
Yeah.
Okay. What was she saying to you to turn it that way?
Just asking what I look like. Take a selfie.
Okay, just kind of flirty a little bit. Okay. Were there any pics sent to her that was not just a selfie?
Not that I remember.
Okay. Well, I'm just asking you, were there any pics sent to her that weren't a selfie? Like, if I were to go through these, would I see maybe like a picture sent to her or stuff, or?
I mean, it's possible.
Okay. Well, I mean, that's womanly behavior to not give straight answers, man. I mean, I'm being straight with you. Like I said, I didn't bring the bullshit to your work. I didn't bring it anywhere else but this house. So, I'm not trying to bring bullshit. Don't bring the bullshit to me, dude.
Well, I'm not. When you've been drinking and stuff, it could happen.
Okay, so we're gonna blame the Bud Light on some of this.
Bud Light.
Is that what you drink, Bud Light?
No.
Okay,
Michelob.
good. Were there any when you did you maybe send a picture to her?
Could have been.
Okay. So I'm scrolling through this. Do you think I'm going to find one?
Possibility.
What about just like videos? Oh, well, here's one here. Feet video.
Oh, a lot of them.
So were there like other people sent to her?
There's a partial in there.
Okay. Here's this. This is a video. This is a picture of somebody putting their dick in a woman, saying "me and you." What was kind of the point of sending that?
I don't even remember sending that.
Okay.
It's one of those times when it's something I got off of Facebook, actually.
Okay.
Yeah.
So why was that? So okay. So this wasn't something that this was just some other on Facebook you found, and it was just, okay. What was kind of the reasoning for sending it to her?
Reaction.
Okay. What was the reaction you were hoping to get out of that?
I mean,
I'm just asking. I'm truly not here to judge you, dude. I mean, now's the time to be a hard, but also be a little bit vulnerable, because this is, yeah, I'm not going to lie, this is a lot to kind of explain, and it's a lot to kind of get over, but I'm willing to work with you on it. So, again, part of that reason is because I respect your service to the state and country. I mean, if you were some bum just on the government's dime, which you kind of are with DOT, but not, you're actually working though, I wouldn't consider that a bum. But if it was different, I wouldn't pay the same respect to you. So I expect you to pay it back to me, man. Do you understand?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. So what was the reaction you were hoping to get out of that?
I don't know, maybe shock or
Okay.
When you're talking about,
How many times did you send the picture to her?
it should be just one.
Okay, were there any times that you sent one to her? Any other ones? Okay. How often do you drink?
Just on the weekend.
Just on the weekends? Okay.
Can't really do it during the week because I'm on call.
Okay. Did you have some chances to communicate back and forth at work with her?
I have on break.
Okay. What time do you take your breaks?
Like 10 o'clock, lunchtime, like 2:30.
Okay. What time do you get into work?
About 7.
Okay. What time do you wake up on the weekends?
Depends, like 8, 9 o'clock in the morning.
Okay. Got it. So, and you said you don't drink during the week. Okay. So this was sent at so this picture was sent at give or take 11 p.m. on a night, and then the morning after you sent the picture, you said sorry about last night. You get me all crazy sometimes, and that was at 6:30 in the morning when you had work. So that there wasn't any going on with that, which you just told me. So yeah, this was at 6:30 a.m. Sorry about last night. You get me all crazy sometimes, and 7 hours before that is when the picture was sent. So obviously we can cross out that was because that just wasn't the case, because you told me you don't drink during the week, and that was during the week because you were up at 6:30 to say sorry about last night. So, but again, like this isn't, she's not in your basement. She's not, never, and again, this is why I'm talking to you. Never did I get the vibe like, okay, this guy's going to make her disappear. Like, that's not the type of vibe that I get, and that's why I took the liberty to just come talk to you, man. So being that you weren't, why was that picture sent to her?
It's a reaction, I guess.
Just a reaction, I guess. But it was, and you said you make me crazy. So what's kind of going on with that?
That's an old picture.
That's an old picture.
From at the time.
That wasn't from at the time. So is that picture sent from your computer, your phone, or looks like a
computer, I think.
So how do you get an angle of your computer? How do you get an angle of your computer like this?
Camera. It's got a wired camera.
Okay. Was there anything else talked about, like any type of like, did any of y'all say like, hey, let's hang out or anything like that?
She's invited me over.
Okay.
I'm not gonna do it.
How far away does she live?
In the land.
Okay. How many? Did she give like an address?
Not yet.
No. Okay.
A general area, but not an actual address.
Okay. What did she talk about wanting to do with you in person? Because again, this is her like, believe me, I don't think, like I said earlier, it takes two to tango. So don't think I'm just trying to come at you. Like, what was she talking about wanting to do with you in person?
Just like experiment.
Okay. So she's like a scientist or something? Experiment? What do you mean experiment?
Like.
Okay. What were some of the things y'all went over?
Kind of exploring.
Okay. Pretend you're a heavy machine operator, and I'm some trainee who doesn't want to waste 4 years in college learning to chop my off. So you got to explain everything to me like I'm under you, like I'm a subordinate here. So I think I know what exploring means, but can you clarify what exploring means? Pretend like you're teaching me this stuff.
Just like.
Okay. Each other where?
All over.
Including her. Your. Okay. Was any type of discussed? Just talked about?
Just talked about.
Okay. What was the reasoning for partaking in that conversation?
Just something different. I mean, it was kind of exciting, kind of flattering that someone younger would actually be interested in me like that.
That's fair.
I already know it was wrong. That's why I didn't actually go through with meeting her.
Sure, because you knew she was underage. Okay. I mean, yeah. I mean, I appreciate you saying that, but like, but obviously, it's a little bit of a different story when they're 13 versus when they're like 5 or 6. That's a whole like scale. You know what I mean? So it's not like, I mean, if these were to a, like a 5-year-old, there's like no, there's no like reasoning or excuse about that. You know what I mean? But if it's to a teenager, these are young women, and if depending on some circumstances, there's actually right answers and wrong answers to some of this stuff. And so far, I mean, I respect it, man. I truly do. So one of these here says, "Are you going to do a special selfie for my birthday, like in a bikini or panties or even?" What was she? How many times do you think you asked her for?
Several. She sends me like fully clothed selfies,
Okay.
and it just went on from there.
Okay. Why do you think you asked for it several times?
Because I thought she was attractive.
Fair enough, man. Fair enough. Because again, this ain't like a 5-year-old or a 4-year-old. This is like a young woman. I appreciate the honesty, truly. That's the Steve that I thought. I'm sorry, that's the guy that I thought. That's the guy that I thought I know. So some of these messages, she says, "You're psycho, shut up, I'm with my mom," and you say, "So what? Don't ever talk to me like that, you. I'll put your ass raw on your mom's bed."
True.
Why was that, I said?
Being
Being I throw, "Does your mom have a page? I'll fuck her too. Hee hee." But the same types of messages were sent when you were not drunk versus when you were drunk. The pick was when you were not drunk. A lot of shit was when you weren't drunk. Some of it was when you were drunk. But the common denominator is there's messages to a 13-year-old.
So, bottom line, what are my options here?
Well, obviously the options are everything, but like all I can say is, like I said, I'm not going to bullshit you. Don't bullshit me. We're men here. We're not. If I was in front of some blue-haired pronoun, I would say, "Oh, why was this? It's okay. You're man enough to handle this. You're man enough to handle. You're man enough to overcome this obstacle." So I'm not here to bullshit you, okay? I could just say this in your face. I'm not here to bullshit you. I'm not here to treat you like a, okay? The reason I could talk to you like this is because we're on the same wavelength for a lot of this stuff, okay? I ain't dealing with some, so I'm asking you, don't prove me wrong when I think I'm not dealing with some. Basically, I just want an explanation for this. I want to know why it happened, if it'll ever happen again, and like I said, there's wrong answers or right answers, and
I mean, it all started off because it was flattering. Like I said, a younger woman like that shows any interest in an older guy like me. It's like, wow.
yeah.
Because when you get older, it's
I get you, yeah. But a lot of this became kind of forceful. You'll do as I say or fuck off. Either way, that pussy belongs to me. Show or block yourself. I was asking for there. She said, "I'm muting you again." You said, "Fuck off, I'm blocking you. Useless snowflake. You will learn to do as daddy says. You are here to help daddy." And then another one. Love how you think you run. like you could handle me face to face. That's funny. And then, like that, what was kind of the reasoning there? Because that's not all when you're,
That had to have been.
okay.
You sound more aggressive like that.
Mm-hmm. You said you best stick to little boys, grown men are beyond you. Did you ever call her like any names at all?
I'm sure.
Okay. And again, this is not something I personally give a fuck about. I think it's hilarious, but did you ever call her like any racial slurs at all?
Probably.
What do you think you called her?
Well, she's Spanish. It probably something to do with that.
Okay. What word did you use to refer to her?
Probably. Here.
Anything else that could have been used? I actually read that chat, so I'm just asking if we're on the same page with this.
Might have been.
Yeah.
Thanks.
Why would you refer to her as a... I mean, I use it all the time. I mean, I call them all the time, too.
That's the term they use for them.
I'm with you, man. Another one was... when you get... This was yesterday, I think, when you get with a score, when you get with the sticker, and I forgot what was said. Can you fill me in on that?
What time was it?
Don't know. Here it said, do you really want some 13-year-old that don't know about to be your first? Why would you tell her, do you really want some 13-year-old that don't know about to be your first? What was kind of the point of saying that to her?
Probably the same thing. Shock value.
Shock
So
value.
the reaction would be.
Okay. Then you refer to yourself as a heavy equipment god, which, you might be. When she wouldn't message you, you seem to get kind of angry sometimes. What was kind of the point of getting angry? Was she wouldn't message you, like spamming her and all that stuff?
I don't know. If I bet anybody really didn't get back to me really quick, I probably would be too.
You get, but why does that? That's fair to say. Like it could be anybody. But why does that anger you when they don't respond immediately?
I don't know. Kind of like they're playing me or something. I don't know.
Okay. So one of the messages said, I feel this way about you and I can't help it. Something to that extent. How did you feel about her? You said she was attractive. Anything else you felt about her?
No, I just thought she was good looking.
Okay. So I do want to ask because out of all the times you said, go f yourself and like that to her. I mean, did you ever feel like I mean, how did you feel just telling this 13-year-old like go f yourself when she wouldn't like send it and just f you and you're a piece of shit, like calling her all that stuff?
Like I shouldn't have said that.
Yeah, but
I did.
why do you think you did?
Just sometimes you just go off. I don't know.
Okay. I do want to ask Steve because Ariel she's not the person that made us like say, I keep calling you Steve. Guy, her name's Guy. You're a good guy. I'm just saying, Ariel wasn't the thing that put you onto like our radar. It wasn't that. Okay, obviously, that's Ariel is what we notice. There's definitely enough to come talk to you about some of this stuff now. But what do you think it is that what do you think it is that could have actually made us kind of watch you?
So she's under 18.
Right, but you know, she's not the one that made us start watching you. She's not the reason. Like we started watching you because she's the reason we came to the door ultimately, but she's not the reason we started watching you. And you know, there was some stuff before that. I'm sure, maybe whether it's searches or stuff. Do you know what it could be?
Okay.
Okay. When did besides Ariel, were there any other accounts that were just younger women under 18 that you just try to message on Facebook? Try to say hi to?
Not really.
Not really. Were there any that try to say hi to you that were younger than 18? Or just even trying to friend or look at their profiles, anything like that? Because this doesn't come out of thin air, you know that. There's something.
I'm trying to remember how.
Well, basically what we have the what, which is obviously these, and we have like, you know, we know, you don't one day just wake up wanting to send your pic to a 13-year-old. That just doesn't happen like that. And, you know, you're not somebody who I think is usually like that. But there has to be some build up to it, because maybe I'm giving you too much credit here. I just don't believe that these happened out of thin air. I think there was something online that maybe someone showed you or that you saw that kind of put this into your mind to have this kind of curiosity about these younger teenagers under 18. It has to be something. I'm trying to figure it out. I think you're too good of a person, and you have too many morals to just kind of wake up one day and message Ariel and just be within a few days. It just doesn't really make any sense to me. If that's truly how you are, then that's probably an issue, and then I'll take it for what it is. But I'm trying to give you the benefit of the doubt here and figure out what could have led to this. Because do you have any ideas of what could have led to this, or did you really just wake up one day wanting to just basically verbally abuse a 13-year-old? I mean, I refuse to believe it's that. I think there's something online that maybe someone showed you, or something that popped up, or just kind of other messages to other people. Do you have any idea what it could be? I don't know. This is something I need you to help me with, because I'm trying to help you out by giving you the benefit of the doubt here. What do you think it could be, Steve? Or Guy?
I've been on Facebook for a long time, but
When did the younger profile start popping up for you?
I mean, younger profiles, as far as
Like younger ladies under 18?
I mean, I don't have a timeline.
When do you have a ballpark? Well, of course you have a ballpark. What's the ballpark?
I really don't have one. As far as if you want an exact date,
I don't need an exact date. How many years ago or months ago did it start happening? Best guess.
probably 2 or 3 years ago, my ex left me.
Okay. So your ex left you and there was a void there. Okay. That's it. So that's understandable, actually. That's not you just waking up one day doing this. This is something happened in your life, and that's all. I mean, that actually puts into my mind, it gives me more of a peace of mind that this was because of something. This wasn't you just woke up one day. There's a big difference between that. Do you see why I would think that? So what happened then? Well, so they start popping up for you. How old are these chicks that are popping up?
Probably 16, 17.
Okay.
Um,
How many of them talk to you, or talked to you?
it's rare. Usually they see you're an older dude and they're like, they just block you.
Of course, of course. How many times do you think you've reached out to younger ladies under 18 to just try to chat them up or have a talk? Or I should say, how often in the past 2 or 3 years?
I'm not sure.
Okay. Is it like an everyday thing, or? Okay. If you had to guess, how often do you think you're kind of browsing for just that, not quite young, but just a little bit younger age group, like 13 to 17 age group?
Once a month or so. I don't know.
Once a month, okay. So how many times do you think it's actually been I'm not saying they all went as far as aerial, maybe they did, maybe they didn't, but how many times do you think it's actually just been a conversation with some of these younger ladies under 18?
I'm not sure.
You have a guess. What's your guess?
I don't know, maybe a couple. I don't know.
How many other times can you remember?
I'm not sure.
You know, you're a heavy machinist operator for the Florida Department of Transportation, and I think you've never given an answer at work when your boss asks you something about measurements or asks you something about, by measurements, I mean the volume that you're shoveling, what you're doing. I don't think you'd be working there for 29 years if your answer were, I'm not sure. But, you know, when there's something getting unearthed here that we're finally going to stomp out today, and that by that I mean me and you putting an end to this, which is better for you and better for everybody. You just have a lot of I'm not sure, I don't know. I mean, if I was your boss at the Florida DOT and you gave me an I'm not sure, I'd rather find some college with a sociology degree to can do the job than you if you're just giving a bunch of I'm not sure's. I'm not expecting exact answers. I'm just expecting ballparks here so we can kind of get a grasp of like what's been going on, so we can kind of pull you away from this. Okay, so how many conversations do you think it's been with like younger ladies under 18 online over the past couple of years?
I'm only thinking a couple.
Okay, well, what is a couple? Because some good, you know, Steve Jobs or Bill Gates or Elon Musk, they think a couple of dollars is 7,000. Okay, so what's a couple? Let's put a number on it.
I would say two. I don't remember.
Of course you remember.
I don't know. A lot of times, like I said, when I've been drinking,
Okay.
I do stupid shit. And yeah.
Okay. Well, do you think you've had conversations with other younger ladies under 18 when you've been drinking?
Could have been.
Okay. Well, I'm not really the type to, similar to construction jobs, I'm not the type to talk in hypotheticals. I'm just asking times you can remember. And I'm not saying it went as far as aerial. I'm just talking about times where some of these younger profiles hit you up and you'll chat it up. I'm just wondering, like, who in particular? Or if you don't know their name, where were they from and how old were they? That's what I'm trying to figure out here. Because again, I also don't think they should be on Facebook. I think it is a two-way street, okay? I'm reminding you I do. But just because I don't, just because I don't have these printed out right now, you know, a man's character is determined when other people aren't watching. So of course, you told me you sent a pic to Ariel because I have it right here. So how are you going to say no? If you just say no to that, you just look like a silly. But character's built when people aren't watching. So I don't want. I'm trusting you to just do the honor system with this. You know, you don't know me from anybody, but I appreciate you being man enough to have this conversation because I'm man enough to help you with it and understand that you're not some guy who just goes around kidnapping people or any of that. But there are people online that are, you know. So I'm doing the honor system here, Steve, and that's a true sign of someone's character to do that. You've been you have to be a high character guy. You can't do heavy machinery and be in the Army without that. I mean, nowadays you can definitely be in the Army without that, but whatever, that's a whole other conversation. So I'm asking, how many other times do you think it's been, truly, with other younger ladies under 18 talking to you? If it's been zero, then it's been zero, but I just don't believe that, and you don't either. So what do you think it's been?
I'm just gonna guess a couple. I don't. It's not something I do all the time.
Once in a blue moon type deal. Okay.
Most of them won't talk to you anyway, so.
Most of them don't talk to you anyways. Okay. So there's been others you try to say hi to, but they just don't respond. Okay.
Thanks.
Okay. So how are you finding these younger profiles under 18 to reach out to them? Like where do you look?
Facebook just goes, these are people you might know in your area.
And they just happen to be under 18. Okay. So somewhere in the area here?
Yeah, the Florida area, I think.
Okay.
Maybe Georgia. Probably Florida.
Okay.
It says near you.
Fair enough. So do you think there's a possibility that I mean, how many of these other conversations with these younger people turn? If you had to guess.
I don't think any really, because like I said, they'll just block you.
Okay.
Even if you try to.
Okay. Have you tried to a couple times and they just kind of blow you off? Okay. Okay. So the issue obviously here is, obviously with Ariel it did, but the other times there's been attempts and it's just kind of been swatted away. Do you think that's an issue?
Technically, yeah.
Okay.
The age difference.
Sure. And look, if you were some hot 21-year-old, man, that's called scoring. There's people that look down on like some successful 65-year-old being, you're 65?
54.
Oh. Well, I was using an example there. Yeah, I was going to say you don't look 65. They look at like some successful 54-year-old being with some 21-year-old. I call that scoring, man. I call that scoring. I wouldn't want to be with a 54-year-old if I was 54. Except, when I get married to my girlfriend, I would. But if I was single, ready to mingle, you think I'm not hitting the nightclubs at 50? I get it, man. But there's a line there with that. Now, that line in Florida is 18. So, I think there's something else at play here too, Steve. And I think I'm trying to think, because these messages were very forceful to her. I don't think you actually had any intent of hurting her, okay? But they were very forceful, and I think there has to be some that was saw online too. I don't want to, but I think that's what it has to be, because you're just not like this. Have there been any guys online that have talked to you about underage interest, like any other guys that have hit you up, say, hey, you want to talk about this, or anything like that? No? Okay. Has there been anybody, this is kind of a thing, because obviously you're not the first person I've talked to about some of this type of stuff, but there's kind of a thing. There's two types of people. There's the people who wake up one day and decide to go kid, and you're not that guy, obviously, because you told me it happened after your wife left you, or girlfriend, or whatever it was. It just kind of progressed. There's people like you who just kind of, the internet kind of swoops them in, they go down a rabbit hole, they get sucked into, and I think you've definitely got sucked into stuff, because I don't think this was you like even 5 years ago. So I'm wondering, and this is typically what happens, there's bad guys online that post stuff either to websites or to Facebook even, like they DM it to people on Facebook. They DM videos and pictures of these younger ladies under 18, and then someone like you who's not like that could see the pic, and then it corrupts your mind. It puts an idea into your mind. Has anything like that ever happened, where someone showed you like a pic of someone younger than 18 and it's just kind of made you curious? thinking that could be a theory here.
Not really.
Not really. Has there been anything online that's been displayed to you, even if you weren't looking for it, where it showed like just of younger ladies under 18? That kind of sparked curiosity because I'm thinking there has to be.
I mean, you run across stuff like that, every now and again.
Okay. Even on Facebook. So there's been other sites where it posts that bullshit too.
Like Instagram.
Instagram. Where's it posted up?
A lot of times it'll say like, people you might know.
Sure.
Or even Instagram has a thing like that.
Mm-hmm.
And it just goes from there.
What do they post?
Just like pics, I mean, lingerie, stuff like that.
Okay. How many times has it been like not even full, but just maybe like showing like or something like that, or?
Oh, I've seen that. That's daily.
Really? Of these younger ladies under 18?
I don't know if they're under 18, but they look super young.
Super young. So, I mean, like no hips type.
No. They had curves.
Okay. Well, I guess here's a good question. How many times have and again, like this is important for me to know because, you know, you can only dangle a piece of steak in front of a dog so many times before he bites, right? So, and again, like, it's not your fault. You're not the one taking pics. You're not the one posting pics. But what I care about is finding the people taking these pictures, like, you know, because, I mean, we're both against kids being hurt here, and this is your chance to actually help out and flip this, right? How many times has anyone displayed, if any, I mean, like super young, where it could be like, oh, that's easily like a fifth grader, just post that or even send it to you unsolicited, because that can help me out find these.
Well, anything that gets put up on Facebook like that, they're younger, it gets taken down.
Okay. How many times have you seen it get put up? Dozens. What exactly? I'm not expecting you to go through every dozens of times that's come across your feed. That's just not fair for me to expect out of you. But what are they posting up that gets taken down? Like, what's a general thing? Like, what's the general thing here that they're showing that gets nuked?
Like lingerie or anything see-through. I mean,
okay,
stuff like that.
So there's some see-through stuff that's getting showed. How old do those kids look in there?
I think 14 or 15.
14 or 15.
If I had to guess. I mean,
fair enough. What about stuff of like, even if we got nuked in a second, what about stuff that people have posted that are like super young, that could be like maybe toddlers, but maybe not so young, like, you know, 9, 10, 11, like stuff like that. Have you seen any profiles posting that stuff? And if you have, do you have their names? Because that's important.
I've never seen that young.
Not that young.
I've seen where they look under 18, but, you know, especially females today, they look older. Like when I was younger, you know, girls that young, they look young.
Mm-hmm.
But some of them actually look like they're older.
Sure. So there's been see-through stuff. What exactly is the see-through showing on these like 14, 15-year-olds?
Just like the top from behind.
Okay.
Yeah.
What about their, how often is that?
I don't really see that.
Okay, so just pretty much.
Yeah, it's not even necessarily you see them, but you see through what they're wearing.
Okay.
Like transparent.
So this has been going on for like what, 2-3 years?
At least.
Okay.
I lose track of time, but yeah.
That's fine. But nothing extremely long, like not decades worth, anything like that. So everybody I've talked to that's been in the Facebook game for a little bit, just kind of getting sucked into this world, and I think that's what happened to you. You truly got sucked in. Anybody I've talked to that's kind of been sucked into the Facebook game a little bit, there's always been a time where some kid has sent them just blatant, just people under 18, or even posted it up. And oftentimes the people I talk to, they're like, well, I didn't look for it, but some people just posted it, and sometimes they even give me the usernames of that person, and I was like, All right. Let me just go try to find that guy. And so you'd be the first one that I talked to that nobody has sent any fully people under 18 or posted it up anywhere. You'd be the first out of probably a couple dozen I've talked to that have just, that's never happened. And but the thing is, I don't think you're the first. I think I still think it's happened. And I'm just asking you because you served in the army, you understand what it's like to protect children. I'm asking you to not sugarcoat because I don't give a. If you're not the one behind the camera doing it, what am I going to do? What is scolding you going to do? What is doing anything about that going to do? What is doing anything in your case going to do to stop anybody else from posting that type of stuff? I can't. I mean, the best thing I can do is like have you separate from them and tell me what's up with these people. That's literally the best thing I could do in every situation is separate the good guys. They get a little bit carried away from the bad guys, and you're separating yourself a little bit. But I mean, I could be totally wrong, guy. I really could, but I don't think out of dozens you're the only one that nobody sent a straight up that stuff to or a link to it. So I do want to know if it's happened, man.
I don't recall any totally. Just like provocative lingerie and stuff like that. I've never seen totally.
Okay. What about just like topless, like just fully topless, not fully nude, but just topless? Okay. So we're talking to Facebook here. Have there been any websites that someone sent you that have just you click on it, not knowing what it is, and that stuff pops up?
Not really.
Not really.
Not that I recall.
Not that you recall. So if I were to go through your whole history and everything you ever clicked on, there wouldn't be a single website that showed some kind of lewdness of younger ladies under 18?
I mean, I'm sure about. I just don't recall.
Okay.
Anything's possible. Especially when I've been drinking. Possible.
Okay. All I'm asking for is an explanation because I don't think that if it was a no, you would have just cut me off and said no. So there probably is something there that showed up, or some website that popped up that did show this younger lady under 18 naked stuff. I'm just trying to, if that happened, I just want to know where it came from, what it was. Because I'd rather just go after the site than you. You're just somebody that I can just turn around and just, you're like my battering ram into these people. You know what I'm saying? Steve, you're not a threat to kids, okay? You said some up shit. That's the extent of it, okay? That's all. But what can't happen is we're sugarcoating the actual. And you're not. I know you're not trying to shield anybody, but what can't happen is we can't be too embarrassed. And that if you're I'm sure you're embarrassed because you're a human being with actual emotions. That's fine, okay? If you weren't embarrassed, I'd be worried about that. So I mean, I actually appreciate you being embarrassed because that shows me that it's not going to happen again. But one thing the embarrassment can't do, the embarrassment can't seep over into now I just can't get info on the real bad guys because you're too embarrassed to give that info up. The embarrassment has to stop at some point. The embarrassment can end in self-reflection. It can stop at you having a long conversation with God about this when I leave here. But the embarrassment can't cross that line of saying, well, now I just don't recall, or I could have happened when I was drunk. That's where the embarrassment needs to stop, and that's where the truth needs to begin. So I'm asking you, has anybody sent you a website, or has any website popped up where it showed these younger ladies under 18? And if you can remember the site, please tell me. If you can't, I understand, but I'm just asking if it's happened because we can always go back and try to find that together.
I just don't remember it. A particular site.
Okay. Even if it wasn't a particular site, was there a site where it happened that we just don't know the name of right now?
I don't think so.
Okay. Has there been anybody that just has messaged you on Facebook or Instagram and they've sent you something and they've just DM'd you like a picture of something like that, and whether you deleted it or just didn't ask for it, and even that, because that shit, we can always go back on your account and look and try to trace who that was, because that's important. My goal is to find people taking photos like that, not you. You just happen to be somebody, right? Has that happened? Because you'd be one in 40 if it didn't, and I just don't think you are.
I'm just trying to think of a particular time. Like, no.
No. Okay. Can you see if Wawa has fried pickles? Starving my ass off. Okay. So if we were to just have your computer and just find a way to go through every single thing on there, is there anything I'd find that we should probably get rid of? Because this is your opportunity to do it, man.
I mean, anything's possible. I just don't recall off the top of my head this particular time.
Okay. So let's not talk in particulars, or okay, let's just talk in general. Now we can broaden it up a little bit. Have there been times where maybe something saved on your computer that could be like a picture of somebody under 18? That, again, because this is your chance to get rid of it. Because I would assume that's not a picture you would have taken yourself. Okay, but if it's a picture somebody sent, we need to know, because we need to go after those types of people, man. If you're not going to help me with that, I'm willing to categorize you in that category. I'm willing to do it. But if it didn't happen, it didn't happen. But Guy.
The reason why that name is Guy is because 12 years ago or so, Facebook blocked my account for some reason. I don't know if it got hijacked or what.
Okay.
But every time I try to think an account with my name, they would block it.
Okay, that's fair.
That's a guy I used to know up the street, and that's where I got that name from.
Steve Drury? Yeah. Okay.
They haven't messed with that name, nothing.
Got it.
And there's like 2 other on there with my name.
Okay.
So I don't know.
That's fair. So, Guy, we're going to find out if there's anything saved on your computer. The best case scenario is finding out right now through you, so we just know we're honest here and everything. If there's any other way we find out, I'm done helping you, man. I don't care anymore. That's what I'm just trying to find out through you, because my hunch is there's something. Even if it's one thing. Because all I care about is who took that picture. And that's something that I came to this house for you to help me with. Is there anything on your computer like that we need to get rid of? Of course, I would want to see where that picture came from first. Anything like that on your computer that we can get rid of right now?
No, I don't think so.
Okay. Was there anything on there previously that you deleted?
I mean, not that I can think of right offhand. I mean.
Okay. The reason I'm saying is because, just giving a lot of broad answers to very direct questions, and that's kind of why I think there is something there. Is there anything that somebody sent to you of like basically a younger lady under 18 that you did not save, that you just blocked out or deleted?
I mean, it's possible.
I don't want to know if it's possible. I'm just interested in the truth.
I mean, I'm sure I did if it's something weird. I'm just trying to think of an exact time or exact picture.
Okay.
You're talking about years and years.
I am. Yeah, all I'm interested in is the truth. Let's just talk about that. Has it happened at least once throughout the years with someone sending you something like that?
Oh, I'm sure.
What have they
But
sent?
I can't remember any exact. Anything I thought was weird. I mean, I've had pictures of like animal stuff with women and stuff. Like I believe that.
Right.
Stuff like any weird stuff like that.
Okay. So what weird stuff have you been sent where it's like a kid in a act or someone?
Well, I don't think it was a kid.
Okay. So you're telling me after these messages to a 13-year-old that there's been, because again, I think just something had to corrupt your mind to say this. Because I don't think you're just, you're not like this guy. I don't think you are. But there are people that bring people into this game, which is what they did to you. I think. Are you sure there's been nothing? I just don't think that's the case, dude. Where somebody just sent you like a video of like somebody under 18 just doing something, or just a picture of them showing their something like that, or even a boy. Because you said you've received some weird stuff, and I just want to know who's sending that weird stuff and what is it. I don't care about the animal stuff. I mean, that's definitely weird, but
Like I say, it kind of put me on the spot. But
yeah, you're on the spot right now. I want you to transfer that spot to the people sending it, if it's happened. Because when we go through everything, which we will confirm this, whether it's true or not, and I believe you are an honest guy, we will confirm this. If we confirm that any of these idiots have sent you some of that stuff, that spot stays on you. If we confirm that after the fact here, the way to transfer that spot to them is to just tell the truth about it. Okay, don't sugarcoat for these. They'll sell you out in a second. Okay, don't be the one getting sold out by some guy just sitting in his basement just doing this. I need to know what time it's happened, bro.
it's just not coming to me. I don't know.
Over the years, even if it's been like more than 2 or 3 years, have your eyes ever been laid on something that's been like under 18 and just any websites that I can try to get? Because the reason I know it probably has is because here you're asking her to send you, so it's something you're comfortable with looking at, unfortunately. But again, looking is different than actually taking the picture and actually doing it in person. Okay, I don't care about the lookers, dude. I could go to every other house and they'd be lookers. Okay, but you're obviously comfortable enough to want to see it. So I just don't think the past 2 or 3 years it hasn't just come across your feed one way or the other. So I do need to know, man. You're in the army. I'm giving you a rope to climb out of enemy lines right now. Let's hear it, man.
I mean, I would tell you if I could remember it.
Well, of course you remember.
I don't.
Of course you do. I'm not saying you don't remember. I'm not saying you remember the exact date. I'm just saying you remember an incident or a website popping up. Of course you do. I'm not saying the exact specifics. I'm just asking when's the general time that it's happened or other times that it's happened and all that.
I mean, I can't remember. It sounds like y'all know anyway, so.
I don't.
Or you can go check, or.
Yeah, we can. We can.
That'd be the way to go, because I can't. It's just not, I don't recall that.
So you don't think it's ever happened?
I'm not going to say it never, because a lot of it I just don't remember. Anything's possible.
I think, well, of course you would remember it was something like that popping up. Of course you would. You remember that you will look up. You remember that. So I want to know how many times that is deviated into stuff under 18, because that's what we can put a stop to right now and get you some help for that. Because again, I don't think you need any trouble. I think you need some guidance and some help, dude. Obviously, I didn't have to come here and talk to you. You know that. So I do want to know, because I don't think there's, because again, like this doesn't happen. I just want to know, Steve, guy. I just want to know. How many times do you think, how many times, if you had to guess, do you think it could have deviated into some younger than 18 stuff over the years? Not even the past 2 or 3, just over the years.
Maybe 4 or 5. I don't know.
Okay. Where did that 4 or 5 times happen?
Probably just on like the social sites.
What was being shown for you to say 4 or 5 times?
Just like I said, like they look debatable on age, like lingerie and stuff.
Okay, but any like videos is what I'm asking about, or just pictures of that stuff?
No.
Has anybody offered to send you like that? Any guys hit you up saying, hey, you want to see some like teenagers and kids or whatever?
Not any particular person, I think.
Just random people have hit you up asking that? Has that happened before?
I don't think people really. Just stuff you come across.
What have you come across?
Like on Facebook, like stuff like that.
Have you come across people like selling that type of stuff or off?
No, not selling.
So what have you come across where it's, people have been advertising like news of younger than 18?
Not really advertising. You come across, they posted this or that.
Okay.
Just going through your news feed.
Sure.
And I've seen debatable things, and I just.
How many times have you seen something where it's just been like not debatable, just some post like something that's just super young, like that's where it's like, okay, that's a kid.
More than a couple, probably 2 or 3.
Okay. What was it? Was that posted or DM'd to you?
It was just posted.
Okay. What did they post?
Like I said, just pics with, I'd say like lingerie or just like stuff like that.
Okay. So how old did those non-debatable pics look?
I'd say 14 maybe.
14, 15.
Oh, guessing.
Okay.
Sometimes it's hard to do.
Yeah. Have you ever had the app Telegram at all?
No.
What about Signal or WhatsApp or anything like that?
No. I never heard of Signal.
You heard of Telegram?
Telegram I've heard of. I don't have one.
Have you ever had one?
No.
How did you hear about Telegram?
I've heard about it like on, what's it called, not Blog TV. I've seen like on YouTube, people will have like a Telegram, they'll have Instagram, they have, there's a couple other ones. It'll just say, like, if you're watching a YouTube video, it'll say more, and they'll have their personal information. That'll be one of them.
Sure. So while we're cooking them right now? Okay. Starving. How long, I mean, how do you feel about some of this stuff? I mean, is this something that you kind of, have like internal battles over, or is it just something where, have you ever thought of that? Have you ever just said like I shouldn't be doing this stuff or anything like that?
Oh, yeah.
Okay. How long have you had these battles with yourself for? Has it been more than 2 or 3 years? Has it been like kind of a little bit?
Just a couple years since my ex left.
Okay. What have you been thinking to yourself?
I mean, like this particular case, it was just flattering.
Okay. So do you work like all week or just 4 days a week, 5 days a week?
4 days a week, Monday through Thursday.
Got it. Is there anybody you could point me to? Is there anybody you could point me to online that you know could be posting some images or pictures like that?
I mean, I could look around, but I mean, not right offhand.
Okay. Is there any times I can go back in your messages and find some pictures posted like that from somebody?
Wouldn't be recently.
Okay. If I were to go back a long time ago, would I find something like that?
It's possible. I just not remember right offhand. It's not like I can say no.
Well, I can tell you, for me, it's no. I mean, the average person, I mean, it happens sometimes to people where they're sent that, but I can tell you, like, if I were to go to the gas station clerk at Wawa, he would just tell me no, I'm sure. Like, if it's a no, it's a no. It's not it's possible. I mean, I'm just asking, like, is there anybody that straight up just showed you of someone under 18? This isn't about trying to you. It's about trying to figure out why this happened. So all you can do by telling the truth is dig yourself out of a hole. That's literally all it is at this point, man.
I mean, nothing's coming to me.
Okay. Have you been fully truthful with me?
Yes. As truthful as I can be. I mean, you can't remember every little thing from years and years and years. There's no way.
Yeah, but that's something you would remember. That's something you would remember. I remember the first time I watched. I was 14 years old. I remember what happened, how it went down, and all that. You have to have a good memory to do your job.
Somewhat.
Do you think there's a chance you're lying to me right now?
No.
Okay.
I'm saying to the best of my ability, from my memory, is what I'm going by.
Okay. So do you think I'm going to find out if we go through your phone? Like, is there anything on your phone that's saved that could potentially be an issue with that type of stuff?
No, not on my phone. My phone's not even that old.
Okay. Is there anything I'm going to ask you again, is there anything you've saved on your computer of that type of stuff that is now gone or that you need to get rid of? That we can get rid of together?
I don't know.
Oh, how's it going? Someone called, I think. I got it, it's all good.
This one?
We're just having a conversation here with Guy. And basically, he's just going through some stuff right now. I mean, you're not gonna send a pic to a 13-year-old again, are you? Okay, that's your last time doing it. Okay. And do you feel bad about doing that? Okay. You're not going to tell a 13-year-old you're going to f raw again, are you? I mean,
No.
okay, is it the last time you're going to do that? Okay.
So what are we doing here, guys?
We have a group. We catch online child, and we want to, this guy said in front of you that he sent a picture to. He thought was a 13-year-old girl, and we want to turn all that over to you. He works for the Florida Department of Transportation, and we just want to.
Okay, so can you just come over here and talk to me?
Sure, absolutely. Sure, you get him on.
So walk me through this from the beginning. What's going on?
So we were posing as a minor online. We travel the country doing this. We're from Houston, Texas, but we have multiple arrests here in Florida. In Port St. Lucie yesterday, we got a guy arrested, or 2 nights ago, sorry. And Steve was messaging who he believed to be this 13-year-old girl, or 12-year-old girl, but
Okay.
and he sent a lot of messages. He didn't meet up with her, but he sent a picture. So we believe it should be harmful dissemination, harmful material to a minor. Like
Okay.
we said here, we're 12, and he messaged first, but we just saved that pic right there. May I pull up the pic for you, please?
I'm just gonna look through what I can here.
All right. We have him on camera admitting he sent it all night, all that too.
Okay. Okay. Do you have any verification of where any of this comes from?
Where any of what comes from?
Like, what phone number it came from?
Turn the mic off.
What?
That's just all on Facebook right there.
It's all on Facebook.
And he goes by the name of Steve Drury on Facebook, and he confirmed that's his Facebook account too. Turn it on.
Do you have an identity by any chance?
I don't have it on me. I got it.
What's your first name?
Guy.
D-U-I?
Why?
You got the car?
Huh?
You got the car?
Oh, yeah.
We're gonna get all this figured out, okay? Here. That's my prison.
You have the information in or anything? Yeah, you do. You got phone number, email, and all that?
Make sure y'all support us on locals. Go to the pinned comment, only $8 a month. It helps us travel most catch tickets. Plus, there's over 70 videos, early and uncensored on there. We do every other live catch. Well, most live catch is actually on locals, so join up on there. And then follow our Facebook as well in the pinned comment. But yeah, guys, make sure you join up on locals. Can some of the mods put the link?
I got the process of the
Here, it's fine. Hold on.
No, recording.
If you want to support the predator poachers catching the sickest both near and far, go to the pinned comment. If you're on Rumble, press the red join button to see over 30 videos early and uncensored for only $7 a month. We can't do this without your help, so join our locals.